Today we're going to talk about the new patch that just hit Mortal Kombat 1. More specifically, Cyrax. We're going to break down what makes Cyrax so good by looking at Sonic Fox gameplay and explain why these nerfs didn't really affect anything at all with their game plan. Enjoy the video. Never forget that Jesus loves you, and like and subscribe. All right, so we have Evo Grand Finals here, Sonic Fox versus Nicholas. I think this is a perfect illustration of all of the layers that you get with Cyrax, especially with Madame Bo. There's so much. I have 13 different timestamps of different things that Madame Bo gives Cyrax, like what she can do. And this is way more layers than any other character in the cast. And this is the reason why a lot of people think that Cyrax is going to easily be number one. The best character in the game after this most recent patch that just hit today on August 8th. So we're going to play it through. This first one's going to be command grab into Madame Bo. So this is back command grab into Madame Bo slide. And then you could just, it's just like a hit confirm kind of. You just put it in, you just press Madame Bo, and then it puts you in the loop. Like that's insane. That's insane. I mean, we can see the follow-up too. Look at that, right? You do all that. You put them back into the loop. Like, this is so insane to me. This is crazy. This is crazy. NRS let this live. And now you can't wake up because armor breaker. And also, Madame Bo's presence gives you a couple of things. One, you can't jump. If you try to jump, you will get hit by the drink that's thrown. So if you try to jump to avoid the follow-up command grab for the combo, this drink will hit you and you will get put back into the loop. So this covers everything. This covers everything. But he goes for the mid instead, makes it safe like that. I mean, that's insane. That's insane. There's so many levels just from that one interaction alone. Does Cyrax go mid or does she go for the grab? Because if she goes for the mid, then you have to block it and it's going to be safe. It's going to be plus. You're going to have to deal with the follow-up because of the bomb. If you think that it's grab and the mid hits, then you get comboed because of the bomb. If you try to jump because you think it's a grab, Madame Bo could throw the bottle, hit you out of the air, or if it's timed correctly, it can guarantee that the grab is going to hit because you have to block it. If you don't block it, you get hit and you get grabbed. It is so wild. If the grab catches first, the bottle still hits, then you're in hit stun and the bomb blows up and you get comboed. It's so crazy. All right, let's do the next one. You have a two hitting, to go along with that command grab, you have a two hitting mid that's hit confirmable. So you'll see, goes for the mid, see it hits, you can hit confirm that. So what a hit confirm is, for those who don't know, a hit confirm is whenever you do a string, like this one, for example, mid, you can see that you hit them. Whenever you see that you hit them, that is whenever you put in your special. Typically it's best for most two hitting strings because those two hitting strings are safe. So you do the two hitting string. If you see that they block it, you don't do anything. If you see that it hits, then you put in your special. And does it right here to go along with the grab. So you have to guess the mid or the grab. And right here, Nicholas thought that the grab was coming, got hit by the mid. And so opened up, able to hit confirm that and back into the loop. All right, for this one, this is one thing that's also really annoying, okay? Cyrax has moves that whenever you throw a bomb out, it will, if it hits, it will put you back in a state to where that bomb is going to hit you and you get back into the loop. See, look at that. Look at that. We're going to look at it again. That is off of the 7-frame stand one. That's a 7-frame stand one. And then it sets up just like that. You're back into the loop. Didn't quite work out, but did happen to get the hit on the follow-up. All right, so this next one, the Oki pressure. The bombs create so much Oki pressure. You can do whatever you guess right. So let's say in this example, this is a perfect example. Sonic Fox goes for the mid and Nicolas actually guessed right. So Nicolas blocked the mid. However, you can't take your turn because the bomb blows up, putting Sonic Fox in an advantageous situation where it's still Sonic Fox's turn and the chaos continues. The chaos ensues and there's nothing you can do about it. Let's watch. Goes for the mid. I mean, look at that. What do you do in that situation? Like he had the perfect character in the situation because of the dash, he was able to get the grab. It's just high level play. But look, you go for the mid, you can't do anything because the bomb blows up, but you throw this to set up the next pressure sequence while Madame Bo is throwing the bottle. So there's so much going on. The bottle guarantees that you're going to take your turn. Try to go for the mid again, didn't work out. Confirmed the block this time instead of confirming the hit and dashed away. Okay, this next sequence, I don't know how Nicolas maintained composure for this. I have no idea. This whole sequence, we're just gonna watch it. We're just gonna watch it and then we're gonna break it down afterwards. Who can blame him? Who can blame him? That's like 30 seconds. So we're gonna cover it all. Okay. First is the Oki. That's the grab. You have to guess. You have to guess. Is it going to be the mid or is it going to be the grab? Chose the grab this time. So go into the goop, which keeps on floating, and then you're going to use your EX net to drain the meter. So in case you don't know, so the EX net, you lose an entire meter. It costs 2 meters for Cyrax to do, but the opponent loses an entire meter on their own, and it sets up a mixed Oki situation again. Let's continue. Okay, that right there. This overhead is unsafe. If somebody does this overhead to you and no bombs cover it, you get a full punish, you get full combo. You can hit them as hard as you want to. It is super unsafe. But since that bomb is there off of the EX net, it's safe. And so you block right on the overhead, and just so you can have the opportunity to have to guess right on the mid grab mix. Look at this. You guessed wrong. Into bow, full combo. You have one more guess and you lose. But you try to jump or something. All right, next. So this is following Nicolas at the beginning of the round. Guessing right and teching the command grab. The overhead that Cyrax has low crushes. And it pops up. It low crushes and it pops up. Similar to like what we see with Baraka. However, the difference is Cyrax, if Cyrax hits, if you try to do a low, try to poke, try to play the spacing a little bit, especially somebody like Baraka who has a good long range poke. If Cyrax guesses right, hopping right over that low into an overhead into the same shenanigans, and you can't deal with it. You're just taking damage. He has 2 bars. He could drain the meter that you have, so you can't armor out. You can't do anything. You can't, even if you start offense, you can't extend your combo well. Like there's so much. This The bar of meter that is lost from that is insane. But here's the low crush. Low crush, if you haven't caught up on the context clues, low crush is a move that makes lows miss, right? It's like a hop, like you hop over them. It's pretty much how it works. You'll see it in action here. Just like that. Try to go for the low poke right here. And look, you're back into it. You're back into it. All right. So if you thought all the rest of the stuff that I had mentioned before is super broke, this happens directly afterwards. I just skipped ahead in the combo. This is at the end of it. You lose your bar. This setup, just watch it. Just watch it and we'll break it down afterwards. This is insane. So we're gonna break down how stupid that was, okay? We're gonna break this down. Okay. So like I said, you're losing your meter, right? You lost your meter. Now you're in the situation where bomb breaks, so you can't jump. You can't do anything. You have to guess. You don't have a choice. You have to guess. Does the command grab, hits. Now, one important thing, I do want to go back. One important thing, Madame Bo, the reason why she is legit good, works better for some than others. Obviously, Cyrax makes Cyrax broke. Whenever Madame Bo comes out here, look, no meter is used at all. No meter is used at all. So if Sonic Fox decides not to use Madame Bo at all, if Sonic Fox decides not to use Madame Bo, still has the full meter, and that sets up what happens afterwards with the slide. Okay, so since the grab hit, now Sonic Fox knows I don't have to use the Madame Bo, so Madame Bo can just walk away. I have full cameo meter with Madame Bo. Now look at this sequence. Since he has full Madame Bo meter, he can do this. That costs us one, and then the follow-up costs another one. Now, what happens here? What happens here is, okay, so whenever Madame Bo starts hitting, what you do is you low poke, and that instantly restands them. Instantly restands them. So now you're blocking. You're blocking while throwing down these two bombs. This grab is guaranteed. This is there's nothing you can do. There's literally not a thing you can do in this situation. This grab is guaranteed. You're getting hit mid by Bo, and this grab is going to grab you. It's a grab. If you're blocking, you're going to get caught. These two things are happening at once. This is a guaranteed hit. I'm telling you, there is nothing you can do. Nothing. If you try to neutral duck the grab, Madame Bo is going to hit you, and you're going to get hit by the bomb. Watch, literally. What do you do? What do you do? Because it happens at the exact same frame. The exact same frame. This frame right here. The grab and that punch is happening at the exact same time. It might be 1 or 2 frame buffer. Not enough for you to do anything with. Because you're either going to get grabbed or you're going to get hit by the Madame Bo. And if the timing is a little bit off, the bomb happens immediately afterwards. And since you got hit by the grab, Madame Bo hits you, bomb hits you, you're now put back into the same mix. That is so broken, and it wasn't patched out. It was not patched out. Cyrax gets guaranteed. How much damage does this do? I think the setup is messed up. Oh, okay. Guess right. Okay. Right. So that sequence is guaranteed. Guaranteed. That's insane. In fact, in winners finals, you can look it up too. You can look it up. That's how Sonic Fox beat Nicolas. It was 2-2 last round, final hit situation. At least I think it was last round. Might have been round 3. It doesn't really matter. Same exact situation. There was nothing Nicolas could do in that situation. There was nothing. Of course, Sonic Fox had to do an outstanding, like, flawless block, like had to play perfect to get to that situation. Nicolas is an insane player, top 3 in the world right now. But that situation's so unavoidable. It's so unavoidable. You can go back and you can watch it. That's how Sonic Fox won, because it was unavoidable damage. There's nothing you can do about it. All right, now, so Madame Bo's slide, it gives Cyrax this really interesting situation right here. Okay, so I just be like, okay, the overhead hit, bro. I'm telling you, at my level, I'm reacting to this overhead and I'm blocking it. So you know, Nicolas, one of the best defensive players in the world, one of the best players in the world, is 100% blocking that. So why did it hit? Why did it hit? Was it just a lapse in judgment? No. The reason why is because you have a true 50-50. True 50-50 means, at least to my best knowledge, you can't fuzzy it. So fuzzy means that you can either block high, block low, or block low, block high, and it blocks both of the options. Typically it's within a couple of frames, but if the low, let's say the overhead is 16 frames and the low is 16 frames. That means that they are going to hit at the exact same time. They are always going to hit at the exact same time. So you have to guess. It's another guess situation. That's the reason why this overhead hits, because Nicolas sees that and he's like, I have to guess. Is it going to be the overhead or is it going to be the low? I don't know. I'm going to have to guess. And so it generates a situation where an overhead that he will normally typically block and get a full combo punish, plenty of damage coming from Baraka Trimmer, it's negated because you have to guess, and he guessed wrong. If he guessed right, big payout. But if he blocked high and Sonic Fox decided to do the Madame Bo slide instead, it's full combo punish. That's the reason why. That's the only reason why the overhead hit. All right, so next in this very long list of layers that Cyrax has with Madame Bo that was not patched out, that is going to continue living up until Final Combat, until after Final Combat, at least, if there is another patch, is drink setups. Very rarely. So the only characters that are going to get guaranteed drink setups with Madame Bo are people like Sub-Zero, people like Cyrax, that has their own restand. And Sense are like trapping move, you know what I'm saying? So in this situation, you get guaranteed drink setups. Look, is that? And since this costs 0, you can pull it out. You can drink for free. I don't know if y'all understand how ridiculous that is. Let me break it down real quick. You just use Madame Bo. If this costed a meter to do, this whole thing would be so different, dude. So much would be different about it. You do the command grab into the slide, so it uses 1. Then you do that. Costs 0 meter. You're not paying any cameo meter to get her back out and to get this drink. So you get it for free. This is a 100 free buff. Literally a 100% free buff, right? 100%. Set you up for that. And then what's the follow-up? That. So whenever you have 2 Madame Bo drinks, you get an air splat that pops up. It adds to the layer. Not only are you worried about the grab and the low, you're also worried about an instant overhead that pops up. And so he uses that. And Sonic Fox got this for completely free. 100% free. That drink was 100% free. This entire setup, outside of the 1 bar that Cyrax is about to get back, was completely free. Completely free. And it puts you in the situation, bang. It caught you. And now you're back into the loop. Back into the loop. Into, guess what? Guess what? Do you see how dumb that is? Do you see how dumb that is? The way that the bombs are set up. The way that the bombs are set up. Off of this, do that into the bomb. Into the bomb. What this does, but whenever Nicholas tries to wake up with Baraka, this bomb hits. And since the grab counts as a hit, 1, 2, your armor broke, second hit caught you. And that's round over. That's game 2 over. All right, so this is whenever Nicholas started making a comeback, but I do want to show one more thing from this round at least, and there's 2 more after this. Madame Bo, not only off of the back command grab, you get the slide that you can confirm, but Madame Bo also combos off of the front one. So Madame Bo is the only cameo, as far as I know, I'm pretty confident, that guarantees a combo no matter which of these command grabs that you do. Let's watch. Look at that. So right as soon as you throw the grab out, you go ahead and put her out there. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But she can instantly throw that for 1 bar, since it costed no bars to get her out there, 1 bar to throw this. And since the timing, once you get the timing down, puts them in so much hit stand that you start the combo and back into the loop. That's so insane. So Madame Bo, Cyrax, doesn't matter which command grab that they do, forward or back, Madame Bo will give you a combo off of it. Will. Okay, so another thing that you get with these drinks is you get dash cancels. Dash canceling adds another really dumb layer to Cyrax. Because on this one, you'll see Sonic Fox goes for the multi-hitting mid. That's hit confirmable. Sees that it's blocked, cancels it, and then elects to grab. Now, Nicholas being insane, takes the grab. But, I like that's such an insane read. But, the option exists. And you're getting these drinks for free. All you have to do is open them up 1 time and you get this drink. So look at this. I mean, insane play from Nicholas. But the fact that that exists, that exists, because you could do that multi-hitting mid, dash mid, or command grab. You have these options, and it's so insane. That's just another layer that's added on. You get the drinks for free, and then now you get these dash cancels that create a multi-hitting mid into a guaranteed guess situation. It's insane. It's so crazy. Let's look at the last one. All right, so this last one harkens back to what I had mentioned before about the mid into overhead, right? Where it's like, okay, you have to guess whether the slide's going to happen or the overhead's going to happen, and that's the reason why the overhead hit earlier. So now this hits, the Madame Bo hits, but I want you to see the timing of the bomb, because what you're doing, this bomb, even if this was blocked, Madame Bo slide is unsafe, just like the overhead is unsafe. But this bomb existing makes it safe. So this is a 100%. The only thing that could have been done is armor, Baraka armor right here. That's it. That's the only option that you had. But either way, Madame Bo catches, the bomb blows up. It would have been safe if it was blocked because of the bomb, but since it was hit, the bomb blew up, you're back into the same loop. Now, I don't want to say any of this to try to disparage Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox is the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest fighting game player of all time, easily the greatest NRS player of all time, just continuing the reign of dominance. Sonic Fox just loves playing great set play characters, and Cyrax is a perfect character for Sonic Fox. This video was not to disparage Sonic Fox. This video was to try to figure out what NRS was thinking, because what NRS patch was meter gain? The meter gain from throwing the bombs. That's it. Okay, who cares? So maybe you won't be able to drain the meter as often because you're not gaining as much meter. Okay. I just went into 13 different examples of what Cyrax Madame Bo gets that makes it broke. Some of this is literally game breaking. The slide into like the kicks where you get the guaranteed grab, that is game breaking. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. And they let it slide. There is no reason for something like this to exist. Nothing. No other character in the game gets anything remotely like it. Oh yeah, also the goop. The goop will go away if another projectile hits it, just like Reiko's projectile. But I just wanted to go over all of the things because there's a real Cyrax problem. There's a real Cyrax problem. And now that the top two, assumed top two prior, which I thought that Cyrax was like right there, like I thought it was pretty neck and neck. Now that the top two being Havoc and Homelander are nerfed, I think it's pretty clear Cyrax is the best character in the game. I don't think it's close. I think second's probably going to be Sindel, and I don't think Sindel is anywhere near as good as Cyrax. Just given all of the options that is given to Cyrax with Madame Bo, I think this is a real problem. I don't think this is okay. But thank you for watching the video. I'd like to do more stuff like this, especially like on gameplay. There's been some really hype sets lately, and I would really like to break them down and kind of help y'all see some of the stuff that's happening, because some stuff happens so quick. So just slow it down, kind of show y'all what's going on. But I figured this would be a great way to like introduce it, just to show y'all how insane Cyrax is, to go completely unscathed in the most recent patches on August 8th, which is today. I think it's problematic, but we're gonna have to deal with it. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. And check out one of my other videos. It should be like right here now. Yeah.